A melting pot of South Pacific cultures, Asian influence, and Maori traditions, the City of Sails has the largest concentrated Polynesian population in the world. We're exploring the port city named after a Viceroy of India on this episode of Ms. World Traveler in Auckland, New Zealand. Hi friends, I'm Ms. World Traveler Kerry Damiano, and I'm taking you on an adventure to discover style, design, fashion, art, and antiques in great shopping destinations across the country and around the world. Come with me. First inhabited by the Maori in 1350, Auckland became a British colonial settlement with the signing of the Treaty of Waitangi in 1840, and has remained culturally diverse, representing over 180 different ethnic groups. While no longer the capital of New Zealand, because of its coveted fertile soil, two harbors providing access to the sea on both the east and west coasts, plentiful seafood, and mild climate, Auckland is the fastest growing and commercially dominant metropolis in the country. In the city center, the main shopping drag is Queen Street, where you will find many recognizable international brands. It dead ends at the harbor, and then you'll have more shopping choices either right or left. To the right is Britomart, an appealing area focusing on New Zealand designers and labels such as Trelase Cooper, Juliette Hogan, Deadly Ponies, World, and Zambesi. But overall, Auckland is a largely spread out suburban town, and there are lovely, quaint main streets in peripheral communities like Ponsonby. Approximately 2 kilometers from the city center, Ponsonby Road has undergone significant gentrification over the last 2 decades and is now a mile-long corridor of independent boutiques, eateries, local services, and art galleries like the POI Room. So Melanie-Jane, this is the POI Room,
Yes.
and that's a very interesting name. So how did you come up with it?
Okay, so back in 2006, a year before we opened the store, we were trying to figure out what a beautiful name for a New Zealand company would be. And my ancestry, my grandmother is Maori, and my memories of her, she has sadly passed, but my memories of her are with poi, which are little round balls that performers used to perform with, and warriors used to use them years ago to make their wrists supple for action with taia hand fighting. It's used with dance and singing with waiata.
And can you give us a little, demonstration?
Well, I haven't got a poi here that I can. Actually, these are poi, actually. So these are traditional poi made of raupo. So very, very gorgeous with muka fibre from the flax. But yes, it used to be, my grandmother used to do beautiful, so I can't actually do it very well myself, but she used to be very good with poi. But they use it in kapahaka.
So that's where the name came from.
The
And
POI
this is
Room.
business with you and your husband?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is.
So is that good working together?
It has its ups and downs for sure,
Right?
but it's wonderful to be working with my best friend, and communication is the key thing in any situation.
In any situation, right?
Absolutely.
I also noticed you are wearing fabulous greenstone on your ears and on your bracelets.
Yes,
so
I am.
I hope you're going to tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, of course. So these earrings are by one of our amazing carvers, Dean Marjoriebanks, and he's based on the East Coast. He speaks full te reo Māori. He has a mataora tattoo on his face.
I've seen people with the tattoo. That's very interesting.
The male side. He has a lot of mana, and he is a very dear friend. He and his wife are very close friends of ours. I love pounamu. I have quite a bit of pounamu upon.
Okay, well, and you have a lot of it here in the gallery.
Yes.
So I'm hoping you're just going to give us a lesson on understanding the different shapes, what they mean, the different colors, that sort of thing.
Of course.
So shall we start with this?
Yes.
Let's do that one.
So this is inanga, the colour of this toki, which is an adze. So the toki is based on an adze, which is a carving tool. And the idea, and the colour of the stone is called inanga, which is white bait. It means white bait. So it's got a very soft, subtle
it's got a lot
colour.
of white in with the green to soften it, make it much more pale.
It's very milky and gorgeous.
Yes.
This shape, as I said, is based on an adze. And the idea, it's about strength, and you're the creator of your own destiny. You carve your way through life. That's how I feel that shape signifies.
Yes. Well, and I've seen a number of sizes of this. I mean, from little tiny to very, very large. So
it can depend on the age of the person. You can get a little baby having a little baby one. You can have a big guy wearing a little one or a big one. Women and men wear these. They're beautiful.
Okay. So that's jewelry for everybody. Always love that idea. Now this one has quite a bit more color variation in it.
Yeah, so depending on where the stone has been carved from, so quite often this orangey colour is with the rind of the stone, but it's like Christmas when the carvers open up the stone, because they don't necessarily know what's going to be in the stone, and quite often a carver will carve something when they see the stone and say, this is what I'm going to be carving. So this is a fish hook, which is a heimatou. It signifies prosperity and particularly safety when you're travelling over water.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, we're traveling over water. We need this, right?
Yeah. And also in mythology, Maui pulled up the North Island to Ika a Maui with the fish hook. So that's another beautiful story behind that as well.
I've also noticed that most of them have more like a cord rather than a chain around them. Is there some significance to that?
It just makes it easy for the wearer to be able to adjust it up and down, to wear it in different lengths. And quite often the cord is just a nice, simple, natural sort of look with the stone. There are contemporary jewellers and carvers who do use beautiful gold chains and sterling silver chains as well, which we've got a few of in the other cabinet I can show you as well.
Great. All right, this one looks like it is quite highly carved. So it goes like that?
It does, yes. This is a heitiki. It's called a heitiki because it is on a cord. If it's a tiki that's standing on a plinth without a cord, it's called a tiki. So the hay...
Is there going to be a quiz after this? I don't remember all of these words.
No. But this is a beautiful taonga, beautiful treasure with its power eyes. It signifies good luck, and also it's a good sign for fertility.
Okay. So, and again, both men and women wear this? Okay.
Yes.
And so because it has so much more carving, is that closely related to the price?
Yes, it is. The more extensive the carving, the pricier they become. And also sometimes it can depend on the carver as well, what they are putting as their price point and what they have gathered over the years and what they're esteemed to collect.
Well, that makes total sense, doesn't
Yeah.
it? So let's do one last one here. This is quite heavy.
Yes, this is a manaya. It is a guardian, so it's protection. It has the head of a bird, a tail of a fish, and the body of a human.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And power eyes, beautiful power eyes. Sometimes you'll have red eyes as well,
Okay.
like based on the old wax idea from years and years ago. But yeah.
So explain the shell.
The power shell is like abalone. You probably have heard that. But New Zealand power shell, it's a lot of people find it delicious. It's something you can eat, but the shell is quite beautiful. It's mesmerizing.
It is. I've seen it in blues and greens, and then some a little bit more silvery colors, but love it.
Yeah.
So beautiful. And love it combined.
Yeah,
with the jade. So it can be called jade, it can be called greenstone.
Yep. Or the Māori word we use in here, pounamu. Pounamu.
Again, please do not test me on this.
No, of course not. You're doing wonders.
Beautiful. So what else should someone know if they want to come in and buy pounamu?
They need to know that it's from New Zealand.
Okay.
Most of the pounamu is from the west coast of the South Island, and I think it is really important to know that it isn't from another country. If you're wanting to buy New Zealand pounamu, you need to know that it's authentically New Zealand.
Yes.
From New Zealand.
Found in the mountains, rivers, and seas of New Zealand without being mined, pounamu gets its color and texture from the minerals in the earth, resulting in a wide variety of shades and hues. And it looks amazing both with a traditional cord and in a contemporary setting. There are so many gorgeous artworks at the POI Room that we are going to continue our conversation with Melanie-Jane on the next segment of Ms. World Traveler in Auckland. See you then.